Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Jarrell Big Baby Miller is still pushing for a fight with Luis Ortiz. He's made it known that he's not afraid of Luis Ortiz and that he really wants that fight. In fact, he's talking about having that fight in Brooklyn. Now, according to what I've been reading, there is some interest from Showtime and HBO for this particular fight. I think it'd be a good fight to put on TV. I would like to see these guys go at it. I'd like to see if Baby Miller's a fucking hype job, and I want to see if Luis Ortiz can actually beat someone who's not afraid of him. Now, Jarrell Miller did bring up an interesting topic here. He basically said that Luis Ortiz hasn't beaten anybody. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and get into his statement. This is Jarrell Miller's statement. He's a crafty veteran, but you people don't understand. If you look at Ortiz's record, he hasn't fought nobody except for Brian Jennings. The only top man he's fought is Brian Jennings. He's fought Tony Thompson, but Brian Jennings is the only person on the list. That was Jarrell Miller's statement. Now, that's very interesting because now that I think about it, Luis Ortiz hasn't beat anybody who is an actual threat. He hasn't beat a good, tough, solid top opponent, aside from Brian Jennings. Now, Brian Jennings, if I recall, did give Vladimir Klitschko a very tough fight. But, you know, with regard to Luis Ortiz, that was probably his best win, now that I think about it. You know, he had the fight with Tony Thompson. I mean, that was a really awkward fucking fight, and Tony Thompson's old as shit. You know, watching Luis Ortiz fight Malik Scott, that shit was kind of funny because Luis Ortiz doesn't know how to cut off the fucking ring when he's faced with an opponent that likes to move around a lot. Now, if he were to fight Big Baby Miller, I mean, that's a fight that I foresee ending in a knockout. And, you know, I'm still siding with Luis Ortiz to win this fight. You know, at this point in Jarrell Big Baby Miller's career, he probably shouldn't be pursuing a fight with Luis Ortiz because, I mean, that's going to put his career on hold for a little bit if he loses that fight, especially since he's a prospect. But then again, I mean, there's a lot of options for Luis Ortiz. You know, he's the number one challenger for the WBA belt. WBC's talking about him fighting an eliminator against Bermane Stiverne to potentially fight Deontay Wilder. Like I said, Luis Ortiz has options, but, I mean, if Jarrell Miller want to step up and get his ass whooped, I say fine, go for it, man. But, again, you're not doing yourself any favors by losing to Luis Ortiz at this point in your career. So, I mean, again, we'll have to see how this shit goes. There's so much shit going on in the heavyweight division right now. The heavyweight division is popping, man. We just need for these guys to finally get in the ring and actually fight each other. So, big step happening this year. Vladimir Klitschko versus Anthony Joshua. Huge fucking fight. Then you've got Joseph Parker versus Hughie Fury. There we go. Hughie Fury. So, I mean, that's not a huge fight, but, I mean, it's a fight that could open the door for Joseph Parker. So, I mean, again, a little off topic, but Luis Ortiz, he has lots of options. Why not fight Big Baby Miller? If we're looking at it from Big Baby Miller's perspective, you know, it's a lot for him to say that he's not afraid of Luis Ortiz, but it's a different story when you get in the ring with that motherfucker and you end up losing and fucking your career up. So, hey, it's a win-win situation for both of these guys. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Jarrell Miller just seems like he talks a lot of shit, so we'll see if he actually signs a fucking contract to fight a tough opponent. But who's really fucking checking for Jarrell Miller? Let's just keep it fucking funky. Who's checking for this motherfucker? This the same dude that got knocked out by Deontay fucking Wilder in fucking sparring and had a fucking concussion. That's all I got to fucking say. Hitman Boxing. Leave a comment. I'm out.